Yo, what up,
guys? What's up?
2 disabled guys and a mic, but of course, 3 disabled guys and
Today we got 3 instead of 2. Yeah. Say hi to my deaf community.
The deaf community gets a what's up.
Looking out soon. By the way, I have someone, a special guest, hopefully soon coming.
Yes, sir.
That we're gonna be interviewing, and it's gonna be with a deaf person.
A deaf person, and she's gonna do the interpreting, the sign language.
Yes. Yes.
So we're gonna learn a little.
We're just working out the schedules and things like that. But yeah. Episode 12.
Episode
Mr.
12,
Shane
baby.
right here.
How you doing?
What's going on, man? Tell me something.
Man? Yeah, bro. Happy to be here, man. Thank y'all for having me.
That's what's up, man.
Love what y'all are doing with this podcast, bro. Bringing awareness and just having a good time, man. Just shooting the
and sharing the information of stories, really. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people see us in wheelchairs and they're always wondering, what happened to this guy? Or they're curious, do you walk, this, that? But they never really know the story behind and the struggle. So
when you and I started this, that's what we wanted to actually do. We wanted to talk about that. We wanted to keep it real. We wanted to keep it like 100, like say real. I'm like this because this happened. I'm like that because this happened. I did this. I did that. Maybe, like we were mentioning, have a couple of drinks in there, make it more chill. Like that's what we wanted to do. Like make it real. There's nothing like that. So,
and with all that being said, baby, episode 12, Shane, man, tell us a little bit about you, bro.
Yeah, man. So 32 years old. Just turned 32 in May. I appreciate you. I was injured when I was 20. So I was drunk driving. I was a adolescent teen, just not doing what I should be doing, bro.
Okay.
And
I saw pictures of the car, by the way.
Oh yeah,
that
was
wild.
Just like
divine intervention, bro. Is all I got, man, for that. It's crazy because I went out with some friends. I ended up coming back home. I was like a mile away from my buddy's house. He told me, he's like, yo, just stay here. Like don't drive. I was like, dude, I'm right there.
And you remember everything still.
The only thing I remember from that night is like getting back to his house and like kind of having an argument with him about like coming home. And bro, a mile down the street, I just got this Ultima. It was like a little stick shift, 6-speed, and I was going probably like 80 and like a 25 in a back road.
Wow.
Came down the hill, bottomed out. Car, after it bottomed out, I overcorrected, shot into a guardrail. I always wear my seatbelt.
That's a good thing.
But the one time I didn't, it saved my life.
Oh, okay.
It saved my life. Because like windows were down, I got ejected, car caught fire, burned down.
Oh, okay, so that helped you out from
Funny story about the seatbelt saving your life though. When I was injured, well, I'm still injured, but before they put me back together, when I had my open abdomen, one day I get into an accident, and I had they created like a dome so my intestines could breathe. So if I would have the seatbelt on that accident, all of that would have just like gone to hell, man. Yeah. So sometimes the wrong becomes the right. Not saying that to do it. Please wear your seatbelt.
I'm a big advocate to wear
at all
seatbelt,
times.
For sure.
Hells to the yes.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, these crazy things happen in life, but they project you to places you
don't imagine. Like, you never think.
So
life, that's life, man. Life takes you all over the place. You know what I mean?
So where was the accident, down here or upstate?
It was in Connecticut, actually. So Florida boy, born and raised. When I was 16, moved up to Connecticut, finished high school, did some college. The goal was always to get back down here, which is kind of the funny thing. After getting injured, I spent a couple years going back to college and in the snow and like doing the winter thing. And I was like, that motivated me like crazy. Like, I'm coming back down to Florida. Like, I can't do the snow anymore. I need flat ground, dry. It rains a little bit, but the cold ain't it.
I've always wondered about that, though, because I've never seen snow myself. So I wonder, like, how would the wheelchair do? Like, sometimes, like, how the ground might get icy.
Forget about wearing anything white, bro. It's dirty.
Oh, hell no. Yeah.
Not only that, but the chair. The chair takes a toll with wet and cold, and it's like slushy, so it's like dirty.
Oh, wow.
Dirty. And I want to hit up my engineer in the back real quick. Arno, shout out. Microphone.
Yes. Arno. That's my man right there.
All right, so a little closer.
All right.
Yeah.
And by the way, we're going through a change, right? We're going through a change on
on
some names, yeah.
Daddy Media Studio. We're going to Next Level Studios, baby.
Next Level Studio. That's the next name. We're going from Daddy Media Studios to Next Level Studio.
Yes,
we increasing. We're going higher. See,
going
I like
far.
That name.
Next level.
That's what you do. Positivity, man. Going higher, 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 higher.
I said, Arnold, sound check. We good?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
So with the accident, once you went through that, how long did it take for paramedics or help to get to you?
Yeah, so when the car caught fire, from what I heard, and I still I gotta make a phone call because somebody saw the flames from the car, and that's why they called the ambulance, and that's what saved my life. So I was probably laying there not too long. They said I was conscious. I don't remember nothing. I just remember waking up in the hospital about 30 days later. Yeah. In an induced coma. The crazy thing is, and that's why I say divine intervention, is I didn't have a single scratch or bruise on my body other than my broken back. Nothing, bro.
Same thing with
not
me.
A bug bite laying in the woods.
Just a broken back.
Just a broken back.
I had a doctor that came to me once. I remember, like it was yesterday. He said to me, he's like, "Hey, man, you know when you go to Burger King, sometimes you order the fries, sometimes you order the drink or the burger." He's like, "You got the whole value meal, man. Like you're messed up, like because everything was internal. Yeah. It was just a couple scratches in my hands, on my leg, but everything was internal. Like I don't remember nothing. I just remember putting gas. That's it.
I think that's a good thing. I think our mind kind of locks up to
to
protect
car
itself.
Accident.
Motorcycle. Mine, it was funny. I was 21 when it happened. It was July 2nd, so just 19 years happened. July 2nd was 19 years ago, and July 25th, my little sister's birthday, who became a nurse. Love you.
Thanks to the injury.
She actually dropped out of high school when she was, I wasn't a baby pretty much, and she used to drive without a license to take me to the hospital, to the appointments, and I'm talking about a Cadillac sedan Seville, like DeVille, like the 1993, like
a boat.
I'm talking about like like a magic carpet type of car, and she used to drive that like a boss, man. And my sister's like 4'9", and she dropped out of school. I woke up on the 25th. It was her 15th birthday. And I woke up that day, and from that day on, I spent 4 months and a day in the hospital. I was supposed to be there for a year and a half. She slept there every single. People thought she was my wife.
Wow, dope support.
One day they say,
"Yo, did you have that type of
wife?"
Support?
Yeah, man, that was probably one of the biggest things, bro. Like such a blessing, man. Like my mom, I remember he took a lot of time off of work, and I remember my sister came up, my brother came up. My dad was there, and anytime he could, bring me food outside the hospital, because you know how that inpatient food could be. But yeah, man, just a lot of friends, family outside.
You didn't like
support.
Hospital food?
So you know what? I went to Yale for a second back surgery, and bro, that was some good food.
It was some good food, right? I like hospital.
I remember that, bro. I remember like you could order anytime. I was like, all right, this ain't that bad.
I don't know why, but I had to jump in there because it's funny. Like a lot of people, when they bring up hospital food, they're like, ugh. I don't know why, but hospital food, every time I've been in the hospital for whatever reason, I'm like...
You know what I love from the hospital, bro? Their cranberry juice, right, honey? Is the cranberry juice?
Oh, yeah, the cranberry,
right?
Cold cranberry
juice.
juices.
To the point that one day, I drank so much cranberry juice that when they checked my sugar, it was at 353. Like, they wanted, like, to do something because it's so good, bro, and I'm just laying in bed there, not being able to move, not being able to do anything. So I just have a cup full of ice, just drinking cranberry juice.
Yeah. Man.
So back to that, you were talking about the food.
I got so many stories for y'all. But yeah, just for sure the food, you kind of get used to it.
How was your head?
I had a tube feed. My head, I was like mental.
Like mental.
Oh, man.
Mental stage.
I woke up a month later in an induced coma. My mom, I remember being the first one there.
No lungs collapse, none of that.
Nope. They checked my brain. Everything was good. So I think from there, like that was like, all right, first things first. He still has his brain. And you wake up, and then for me, like I quickly saw like what I had versus what I didn't.
Right.
Okay.
And for me, like I did this to myself at the end of the day, right? Like I had, so many chances. I'm sure so many people have driven on the influence. I had so many chances to kind of correct my ways, you know, and just this accident happened, bro. It happened.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing, bro. I wouldn't take it back today for a lot of reasons. But yeah, man, going through the whole hospital, the rehab system. He woke up in an induced coma. My mom was there. Asked me if I remember what happened. Don't really remember. It said, you've been in an accident. You're paralyzed, and man, that hits you like Mike Tyson.
Now, did they tell you kind of like smooth and chill, or they were just like,
so
bam, here you go, like yo?
That's what happened to me at 5 a.m. in the morning, my G.
The doctor came in, I remember, and he's like, there's a good chance you're never gonna walk again. Right. Like straight up, like I hadn't even met the guy. I don't remember this dude. Just come in.
Nah, with me, bro, it was like 3 in the morning. I remember the nurse. Her name was Teresita. Shout out to Teresita. If by any chance you get to watch this, thank you so much for all your help. You were the best. So,
you remember those people that took care of you.
Her, yeah. I don't remember all the names, but I remember her name.
Yep.
So I remember she came like at 3 in the morning because at the time my abdomen was open. So if I had to throw up, it was just move my head to the side and just throw up right there on myself.
But your whole stomach was open?
Yeah, because I didn't have no muscles.
I blew up your stomach, bro. You just throw it
So I called her and I'm like, hey, can you help me get the leg back in the bed? And she said, your leg is in the bed. I was like, no, really. I feel like my leg is out of the bed. She said, Jeffrey, your leg is in the bed. I was like, lady, you're not listening to me. And she said, Jeffrey, you were in a motorcycle accident that amputated your leg. I was like, oh.
Okay.
I was like, okay, can you call my dad?
No, those things are
I'd like to make a phone call now.
Yeah, right. Then he came.
Get my one free phone call.
Man, that was honestly, you don't, not all relationships are good with your parents. Unfortunately, I don't have the best one with him. I wish him the best. I hope he's healthy. I hope he's doing well. But at that moment, he was the person that I needed. I remember he came to me, he said crying, dude. He was like, and I'm like trying to understand why you crying. Like, I know there's a nasty word, but like, book is not coming out of his nose saying, he's like, I'd rather have you alive and hate me than be dead with 2 legs.
You quickly realize, man, that, you're alive, bro. And that's number one. That's like.
Yeah. And then he said, you have 2 options only. One, throw yourself in the corner, become cojo in Spanish. That means like, somebody that's missing a limb, like you need a cane. A cojo is like somebody right there, or become somebody. Go to school. Better yourself. Yeah, show the world. Show yourself that you can do 100%. Something.
How was that part once you went from the hospital to?
You know what? I quickly saw, like, you got 2 paths. Like you said, you either can go in the corner and die, or you can become something of yourself and make shit happen. And that's really the only path to take. Whether you did this to yourself, whether you're a victim, it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Right.
What matters is it happens. You're here now. What are you gonna do with it?
Push forward.
Yeah.
So at the moment, were you in a relationship?
No, I was in high school. No, I wasn't. Sorry, I was
about to say, if you were 20 and in high school,
no. we gotta have a different
special,
discussion,
right?
Bro. It's on the
special teams.
I was in college, but no serious relationships. Definitely, like, I would say being in a wheelchair, prior to me meeting my perfect, gorgeous wife, you get more attention, like being in a chair. I don't know
why he turned red, by the way. I don't know why he turned red.
Shout out to wifey.
And I'll tell you,
just playing, wifey. He's just playing.
I'll tell you the story how I met her as well.
Yeah, man, we want to know. People actually want to know when guys in wheelchairs are married or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think just being like, a young kid in a wheelchair, you do get a lot of attention from people. Right. They're curious naturally, man. Like, especially kids, bro. Especially, I feel like for me, like, I got a lot of atrophy in my legs, so I lost a lot of muscle. If I wear shorts,
right,
bro, they're just glued to my leg. It is what it is,
My nephews make fun of my leg now because this is the first time that I actually have a chair like this, because I've always used my foot to propel, so my leg's always been kind of strong. And now, since I don't use it, it's so skinny that they make fun of me. The little one was like, Tío, ¿por qué tiene la pierna tan flaquita? Why is your leg so skinny? I was like, shut up, man. Like, I feel like kicking the hell out of that kid. You know what I mean?
They want to know,
but it is what it is.
How was your rehab experience?
Yeah, so after I left the acute care, I went to inpatient rehab. And it's crazy, man, with insurance, it's like, I remember my mom fighting almost like every other week to try to keep me there as long as I could to learn this new life. New techniques.
Yeah. What hospital did you go to?
So I was at Hartford Hospital, and then I went to an inpatient rehab. It was called Gaylord Hospital in Wallingford, which was a really good inpatient rehab, and the only reason I ended up going there was it was 20 minutes from my house, where I lived at the time. So it worked out, man. It was honestly another blessing, man. It's like everything lined up. So when I went to rehab, you know, I still had I had a trach in, and I remember like I couldn't drink water. Like, you can't drink water. You have to have any liquid you drink, you have to have like a barium like type of solution in there to make it thicker.
Right.
And bro, like I remember they would let me like dip a little sponge in and like do the sponge, bro. Like just to have water was just like, you don't realize, man, like
the little like things. Blessed,
dude. Yeah, you like
it used to be
an ice chip, bro. Like changed my life, bro. Like
the first time they gave me, because I was the same way with the water. So her name was, I want to say, Shelly. Wifey, correct me if I'm wrong. What was her name? Well, one of the nurses, shout out, it was Shelly. She brought me an orange popsicle, dude. It was like I sucked the hell out of it. I put the whole thing in my mouth, like. Just give it a stick, because you're so thirsty. Like it's in the
pause.
Right?
Right. Yeah, those moments, man.
Bro, and then you take the little things for granted, bro. I went, you know, I had a wound vac on my back, and I went. I think it was like 35 days that I couldn't shower. I did like face cloth baths, but man, they would come in at like 6 a.m. to do that to you and like
clean you up, and you're like,
But you get the trach in you. I remember, you know, when they finally like switch, because like, you can't talk. So I remember being in the hospital like trying to say something, you can't. I was trying to write stuff down. I was getting so frustrated with these nurses because they couldn't understand me. And I remember like trying to write stuff down, but like for whatever reason, my handwriting was terrible.
Yeah, because you were in a coma for a long time, and you atrophy in your muscles.
Did you think through that time, like, yo, when is this gonna be over? Did you ever feel like, I mean, because those moments feel like eternity.
I did.
I think the first couple weeks, man. The first couple weeks, and then I think the hardest part after you go from rehab is when you come home. Because then it's like when you're by yourself and all them thoughts.
You know, I think I broke down when I finally got home. I think I had my days, you know, we all have our moments or whatever, but when I finally got home, bro, I broke down for like an hour, and I was all good after that. I just cried, and I remember I got angry and shit. You know, you just want to let it out.
Hell yeah.
And I was alone in what was my parents' room at that time, because room was bigger. And bro, after that moment, I was like, you know what?
I just want to tell you something, man. God don't like ugly. Stop.
Yeah, now who it is.
I know you're perfect. Like, shut up. Like, God don't like ugly.
He sent me back, baby.
Like, just 1 week, one day. I'm still crying. It's been 20 years later.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
All right.
But, yeah, just going through rehab, you know, it's crazy, like, the doors that open for you. So, like, as I was going through inpatient rehab, and then I ended up going and transitioning to outpatient rehab, they had this exoskeleton there. So, like, this new robotic device. And this was 2012, 2013. And this, like, new technology just hit the market. Actually, when I was an inpatient, I got to see a guy that was, like, 4 years post-injury standing and walking it. So I was like, damn, like, they got stuff out here like this already. Like, I'm going to be okay, you know?
Mm-hmm. Until you saw the price.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was more of a rehab tool, but as you kind of learn more about it, like, they're not where they need to be efficient in your lifestyle. But I went to outpatient rehab, and I actually started to get really good walking in this device. And the company ended up...
Do you remember how many steps you...
Oh, the first time? I think I took like 500 to 700 steps the first time in this thing. So, yeah, like, that first experience of, like, walking and stepping,
freaking happiness.
It's scary. And did you have to hold...
I had a walker at first, and then I went to cane.
I think the first times when I tried it, I used to put so much pressure on my arms that you'd be, like, sore after that. Because you're nervous.
The device do the thing,
For me, it was driving, bro.
The driving did the thing?
Yeah.
Well, because you have to learn from your left leg, you had to switch.
I used to drive stick, the same thing. So, but I remember I get to my dad used to be a mechanic, and he used to have a shop on Pembroke Pines, and so I go. My dad, he was fixing a car, and at the time he was driving a Lexus, I think. I don't remember. And he looked at me and he's like, "Can you get in the car?" So I get in the car, and he's like, "Put your feet over there, your foot over there." So I kind of went to the side. He's like, "Can you hit the gas?" I'm like, "Yeah." The brake, yeah. He's like, "Here, take it for a ride." I'm like, by myself. He's like, "Yeah, here, take it for a ride."
Figured it out quick.
That was like 4 months later. I was like, "Okay."
We're back.
I started crying, my G, to the point. Well, I drove.
You
I
feel
remember
independent for whatever.
like
moment.
2 hours. For like 2 hours, I remember I used to have the decal because I didn't want people to know that I was disabled. Because it's the only time that you feel kind of normal, I guess. But you know, it's
the transition.
Yeah, transition.
That transition.
Everybody does it different.
Because everybody remembers the first time you got to park, your first time ever, and you got to put the placard. You're like, that's it. Like, you're
that's it.
Part of it.
But
that's
you know
it.
what? Now it's like I got a VIP pass, so it's like it has its perks.
You know what I do, man? I honestly I
never find parking.
No shit.
Yeah, bro.
Like
especially out here in Miami, bro. Forget about it.
I always, if I'm able to, I always leave it empty, man, for somebody else. If I'm able to, I leave it empty. I'm fortunate enough to be able to.
I be staring at people. I be trying, man.
And so I leave it. I usually leave it for people to go ahead and park there. So, but you know, other people are just.
Yeah. How was your experience once you did your rehab? Did they teach you how to drive there at rehab, or you learned after?
So I learned a little bit after. I think it was some type of Vogue rehab I went to up in Connecticut, or I think it was called Easter Seals or something.
Yeah, Easter Seals.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it changed the name.
And so they did a simulator for you, and then they took me out to learn how to drive. So it's pretty quick.
You know what's funny? As I'm talking to these two individuals here, I've noticed that everybody who has a spinal cord injury goes through a lot of support. I didn't go through the car. I didn't go through the nurse coming in shower. I didn't go through none of that. I went through like the insurance don't want to pay no more, get out of here. And I was supposed to be there for a year and a half. A month and a day later, I get home, they didn't send no nursing home, nothing. My sister used to take my wound. It got so infected from skin graft that every afternoon, I remember I used to hold on a towel, hold on to the side of the bed, and I used to tell my dad, go scrape, because you have to scrape all that infection every night, and then put the gauze back, and then the next day rip them off again. Like that. I did that for like 2 weeks straight, man. The infection was horrible in my chest and in my leg.
Well, I think it depends, too, if the spinal cord injury accident had road rash or things like that. Because I had some road rash, but it was minor.
Yeah, but you guys get a lot of help. Other people with all the types, so like brain injury individuals, they get a lot of help, too. They kind of like with the same with the SGI. Like they're the other type of injuries. Support. Like just go home. There's no... Because like I told you, I found out about support groups. I never went to one because I thought it was going to be like, hi, my name is Jeffrey. I'm an amputee. You know, I thought it was going to be like that. So the first time I went to the spinal cord injury group and I saw Alex and I meet everybody and I'm looking around and I'm like, damn, all these cool people talking about services, talking about devices, talking about things that I've never heard about. And then I started thinking I should have done it. I should have done it. So anybody that becomes injured, if you have a chance
100%.
To go to any type of support
groups
group,
and all that
please go. I am telling you, it's not what you think.
Injured, yeah.
It's not what you think. Even if the nurses forces you, it's not what you think, but it is go. Just go. Trust me.
For sure.
So I'll tell you, like, after I got injured, right, I didn't go to those support groups, but the biggest support group for me was I went to wheelchair basketball in Connecticut. So I forgot who even ended up reaching out to me first, but shout out the Connecticut Spoke Benders. My boy David, man. Carlos, Daryl, Linus.
All the boys.
Ooh, hit him up, everybody. Hitting everybody up. That's what's up.
What's the name of their team?
The CT Spoke Benders. They were one of the original wheelchair basketball. They used to play in them hospital chairs.
They're still on?
Yeah, they still play.
So go ahead. You look at the camera right now. You tell them right now what you tell them what's up, and you tell them to
what's good,
subscribe,
guys?
like, share.
You better subscribe.
We
Sure
gotta,
it is.
we,
Come on.
and we gotta get them down here to play. I know down here we got the Miami Heat wheel.
Yes.
Yeah, I play for
the
the
Sharks.
I play for the Sharks right now.
And
Yeah.
Sunrise Suns.
Yes.
And all that.
Yes.
So
yeah, man.
that was the first time after my injury I got to see like other people in wheelchairs that were like pretty similar to me. So like right then and there, I'm like,
and
all right,
maneuvering
exactly
these chairs. Like,
exactly.
Yo.
And like getting after it, bro. Like when I started playing wheelchair basketball, I thought it was gonna be like put it in the basket, you know, like not. Bro,
not that
they're,
easy.
Well, I'm gonna be
they're
honest.
flipping
At
people.
first,
They're setting
suck
it
pigs.
was hard for me to shoot.
Yeah.
Because I had no balance.
Dude.
On the core, right?
Yeah,
so
my
like
core,
depending
so
on
I
the
was
chair
like, oh
you
my God,
use
I
and all
can't
that.
reach,
I
yo.
can never
Yeah.
hit that. I can never reach. Never. To this day, I've tried. I can't reach.
So you know, are you
I
gotta,
mean,
you gotta
practice.
follow
I suck at
Arnold, you gotta
basketball,
follow
bro.
Arnold and get back in the
Nah,
gym,
man,
baby.
not
Come on.
basketball's not my sport. Give me something else. I don't know. Not basketball.
That's
Bocce
it.
ball.
Bro, honestly, I'm surprised you haven't tried to do like Paralympic shooting.
Somebody told me about it, but I wanna have more things. You know, I wanna have more training. I wanna have more experience. I wanna be able to do more things before I do that. You know, you need sponsorships. You need a lot of
Put some
equipment.
YouTube videos together.
That equipment
this guy
is-
don't miss, you know.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do here. You know, so anybody who's willing to get trained, I am a certified pistol and rifle trainer by the NRA. So just hit me up. I can give you your RSO license, CRSO licenses, all those type of things.
Facts.
So yeah, man. So that's what I like to do. That's my hobby. I enjoy building them. I go to the range, safety first.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, well, I was saying in rehab with that exoskeleton, the company ended up reaching out to me, and I ended up like working for them pretty early on in injury.
Nice.
So I became an ambassador for them. So like, bro, I
And
was
this
like,
one was which suit? The
Exobionics. is
Exobionics.
it.
That's the one that you tried.
I don't even remember. The one I tried, it might have been the bio.
Okay, this one's pretty like.
There was two, I remember.
This
two
one's
or
pretty
three.
like slim. Like
Yeah,
it's
because
not
yours was
big and bulky.
2002. He's 2012. So
no,
it's talking
but
10 years
I
later.
think I did it around the same year,
Okay.
around that
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it was a bulky black suit.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
like,
I did it in
There's some
my mind
bulky
around the
ones,
same
but
time. Around the
this
same
one
time,
is-
I did it in my mind.
Yeah, but dude, I was like traveling all over the country with this
showing
with this
it and all
company.
that, yeah.
Dude, like I traveled international with them. Like I went to
Damn.
Singapore, Hong Kong.
So you got to experience
Australia.
wheelchair traveling.
Yeah, so like that's what I was gonna get at. It was like that was a whole nother experience of getting on the planes, transferring, doing the whole Hannibal Lecter thing with the straight back.
Yeah.
And
Your
then
chair, making sure it gets there.
yeah, and then you gotta the whole cathing on an airplane thing too. You know, if you're on a long flight, for me, like I'll transfer. They have an aisle chair on board, and they'll bring me to the bathroom. But once they get you in there, like it's hard to
what do
even
you do?
get.
Yeah.
So like
you got to do a
4-foot
hop to the
bro,
toilet and
some of the transfers I've done in my time, bro, like you make it happen.
Wild.
You know, it's like
Yeah, it's one of those things that you look at them and be like,
so
all right.
I would say in the plane, the easiest thing to do is get like your jacket over you, whatever. And
Yeah, and
that's- because
Yeah.
you know.
yeah, and then get like some type of
Yeah,
bag
whether
or something.
you know if your
yeah.
thing brings a bag, you throw it in there and
Yeah,
close it
I
up
remember
and
one
done.
time, I did that right, and I asked the lady, I was like, hey, like, can I get a garbage bag? And she's like, oh, like, did you throw up? I'm like, oh no, I have a bag of pee here.
Yeah,
I didn't tell her
they
that,
don't-
but I
yeah.
was like,
because a lot of people don't
they
know.
don't know
So.
what they don't. Yeah, and
It's a bag of
it's all good.
Hupina, ma'am. Can you take it? It's a
Listen.
bag of Hupina. Like, yeah.
But at the end of the day,
it's not gassy though.
you should have been ready. That's what I always tell
I
people.
should've
Like, yo,
been, bro. I
but we
should've
learn
been.
as we go. Because
That's
sometimes
it.
we don't.
Bro, and that's what one of the things I love about like having these type of conversations is because so many people, whether you're, have been in the chair for 10 years, 20 years, 5 years, we've all experienced different things, and some things
So many
might
different
work for
ways.
us, and some things that you haven't tried might, work for him, and he tells you about it and it works for you. So like, it's so much trial and error with this.
He's the main reason why I have this.
So I gotta know, how did y'all end up at the support groups? Y'all met each other. That was the first time?
No. I know Alex from like 12 years ago. He came to where I work. And
My ticket to work was where we work now.
Where we work now, and he always had to fly his chair. So he told me, "Hey, go there, go talk to someone." So from him, every time I get a new chair, he tells me, "No, do this, do that." So go with Alex. He gets you the chair.
That's how I used to work for a wheelchair company during that time.
Yeah.
And shout out to Ability Medical.
Oh, yeah, shout out.
So
to
during that
Medical.
time, a lot of the companies would come and give us demos of chairs. So I was able to try them out, show them out to people, blah, blah, blah. And then I think I came for Ticket to Work, because you know how Ticket to Work and disability and all that is. So I had learned about that, and the gentleman who was the coach for my Ticket to Work worked at our office, and when I went in there, I saw Jeffrey, what's up, and kind of just kicked it off.
Then we
from there.
went to, I think, the convention center when you were doing the racing with the
Oh,
bikes.
yeah, hand cycling and stuff.
And then from there, you kept coming to the office every once in a while. And one day, it was right before COVID.
Right before COVID, like
came
for a
by.
year. I didn't work for like a year. Then I went by for something. He's like, bro, what do you do nowadays? And I'm like, man, nothing. He's like, come work over here.
So you want to work here?
Part-time.
He's like, yeah. So let me check and see if they. I knew they were, I knew that they like him because he's a good salesman, and our main guy knows that he can get people in. So
it,
I knew he was
you
gonna.
See that smile, bro? Come
Yeah,
on, man.
no, but hell yeah, he does. He really does.
But a salesman
That's his
time,
gift.
Man, that's it.
That's his
Now I've
gift.
been there 4 years.
That's his gift. He can sell you your sweater. You know what I mean?
That's it.
And he started part time, and now he's full time. And
Yeah,
we work
man.
together now. My office is next to his.
We be hollering at each other through the
That's gotta
tapping
be
on
fun,
the wall.
though, bro. That's gotta be fun, bro.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
take our
no.
breaks. We think about how we can help and how can we make things
That's
better.
it, man. It's
Shane,
all,
what was
it's
your
all
first car that
community.
you drove? When once you got injured?
After I got injured, what was my first car? Bro, I had so I had a Dodge Ram 1500, and I lowered it.
Okay, truck.
Yeah, truck, and I put hand controls on it. I usually,
Universal type? Or,
it was I think it was like the push rock or something like that.
but like the type that you put on, or like a company put
The
on?
company put it on,
so
yeah,
like
because I think I got ended up getting like a grant for it or something.
Right.
But now I drive with portables, bro. I'm not gonna pay that.
You don't like that?
I know I do. I would, But
Not
I
really. He does
No,
it the
but
right way.
and it's good
Not
that he-
really.
Nah,
He does it the
I do
right
till I
way.
got the-
And it's good that he says that because if you go to programs like vocational rehab, they will pay for your hand.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Those are programs
Yeah.
that they can
so
help you with
when
that.
I get a new vehicle, I'm definitely gonna get the permanent ones put in there. But yeah, that was my first, and to get back to driving, that was huge.
That was like a big.
I mean,
yeah,
you
man.
learn the chair skills pretty easily, putting the chair back in the car, but just being able to get going where you want to go is
on your own.
on your own, bro. And you're right, you really don't think about like being in a chair, bro. When you're driving and
Just
you're
driving.
just driving,
Nobody
bro.
knows.
Like anybody else.
Yeah,
you know?
nobody be.
So
That's
I
it.
see, like you said that you married. When did you meet wifey?
Yeah, so I went back to FIU. Shout out FIU, go Panthers.
You.
And I was going to class one day, and a professor came up to me and was like, "Hey, like I teach this occupational therapy class. Would you come and speak to my students?"
Right.
I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem."
Which campus did you go to?
The main campus at FIU in
Miami?
Sweetwater.
Okay,
Yeah,
so down there, yeah.
yeah,
All right.
And yeah, dude, I pulled up in this class, and there was like 50 Spanish girls in there, and I remember seeing my wife. The funny thing is we didn't talk.
Oh, so she was part of the class.
She was part of the
Wow,
class.
She's Hispanic?
Yo, you see that?
Yeah, she's Cuban.
Nice.
Cuban.
Like born in Cuba or born here?
Born here,
Oh,
American
okay.
Cuban.
All right.
But
So she saw him. She said, "Oh, this motherfucker, get
I'm
it."
gonna give me a
So-
white boy.
that's
Get
it,
it.
bro. That's it.
She said, "I'm gonna
Um,
go home with him."
But the funny thing is the professor made everybody like ask me a question, right? And she was the only one who was like, "Oh, I don't have any questions. I don't know why."
She knew.
or-
She's like, "I got. It's
I
a
don't
rat.
know
It's a
why."
rat."
Yeah. So maybe after like 3 or 4 years, we didn't talk or connect them, but like we all follow each other on social media.
Yeah.
And so after like 3 or 4 years, I think it was during the pandemic.
Also, it took a while from that.
Yeah, like
okay.
I think that's how it was.
I thought y'all were kicking it
Nah,
off like
nah,
right
nah.
away,
Yeah.
man.
It
I
was-
thought you sealed the deal.
I
Not
know.
yet, but these
It
things
took you 4 years?
Hey, nah.
Damn.
I only hit her up. I only hit her up 4 years later. Yeah, it's what, better late than never,
Yeah,
right?
Hey, you got it. Consistency.
That's it, man.
Consistency.
That's it. But no, after the pandemic, I actually ended up sliding her DMs,
Right.
and from there I was sealed the deal that way. So
So what was the
Did
magic?
she remember
What
you?
was the magic question on the DM?
magic question.
Did you say like, "Yo, you want to chill"?
Yo, this is Wills. Remember me?
I told her I was like, it's a good thing you weren't my OT, I would have gave you that Florence Nightingale
Ah,
syndrome.
there you go, boy.
Where she falls in love with her patient.
All right.
And it was a wrap. It was a wrap.
That's it.
I usually, to remind people, I tell them, you know, the guy in the wheelchair. Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
But she's my best friend, man. Shout out Lynette.
Wifey's
Shout out to
for sure.
Wifey's everywhere.
Man, she don't even see the chair, bro. Like, we have so much fun together, and it's just been an amazing journey. We got married back in February 23, and
big wedding.
It was nice, little size wedding. Yeah.
Cool,
I ended up I could walk in like KAFOs with a walker.
Oh, okay.
So like I wanted to stand up for the wedding, so I did that.
So
we did our first dance.
You got
standing
pictures
up.
and stuff?
Yeah.
Show them. We got to show them.
Yeah, man. We can show the pictures. We can show the boy, you know.
For sure, man.
Representing.
That's it. But so I will tell you, if you're in a wheelchair, and you know you can still find love. Don't think that you can or you're not lovable. You're still who you are, and it doesn't matter what's on the outside. It really does matter what's on the inside. And also go talk to college campuses, you know, or go share your story. Don't be scared to share information and put yourself out there, because that's how these things happen.
Do something.
Yeah.
Do something. Nobody's
Well, the guys and girls, because
yeah,
there's a lot of girls in wheelchairs too,
100%.
and they probably. I mean, I don't know if their experience is the same, because I think they could just go out and guys just holler at them, but I don't know what the whole.
You know what? That's a question that we can. That's a good question to ask.
You know, we always struggle to get girls on wheelchairs.
You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to do this honestly, and I wanted to do it like a live on the channel. And I was gonna say this. How about you guys? Anybody that wants to share their story, anybody that wants us to talk about anything, slide up in the DM and let us know.
Let us know, man. We'll make it happen.
We can bring you in. If you are not able to come here, we'll figure it out. But we can make it happen.
And I got somebody coming up. You guys might have seen him before. His name's Tito, and he's living in Tampa, but he's like doing good with disc throwing and Paralympics and stuff.
Nice.
And he told me, yo, let's do an episode like on Zoom or whatever, you know.
Nice. Yeah, okay.
We'll talk to the engineer in the back and figure it out.
Y'all should do an episode where he's on the throwing platform.
Throwing the thing. Yeah, no, I told him that. Yeah,
all
man.
that stuff. Man, because there's so much stuff out there that people don't know about. You know, like there's grants to go back to college.
Services.
Bro,
there's money.
I got my tuition paid for through an organization called Swim with Mike out of USC, and if you have a spinal cord injury, you know, they pay for, you know, your tuition. I'm sure there's a lot of other organizations out there for different injuries. This was specifically, you know, for SCI, but there's so much stuff out there. So
for me, the Department of Vocational Rehabilitation, for me, they pay for my schooling. I was able to get my bachelor's degree, certifications in project management, Excel. They got me like 3 wheelchairs so far, a desk, computer, everything. Great services. Don't be shy, man. If you don't want to be here, just write us up. Let us know. How can I get that info? And we will send you that info.
Man, send you as much
anytime you like or anytime you want. Or if you want to be here in our show, just let us know and we make it happen.
For sure, man.
So.
Yeah, no, that's dope, man. All those experiences are dope. And I know you and me have chatted before. You started a company too with urological supplies and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, and I always, you know, I was always like meaning to ask you, like, man, how's that going? And what gave you that idea and that drive to, you know, do that stuff? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
For sure,
man. Applauding, by the way. You were looking at
me.
Oh,
that's for deaf. Hello? What do we say?
That's for the hearing impaired. I was applauding because you started a
like
company.
That. All right. I appreciate that. Yeah, honestly, like I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I've always wanted to work for myself. And we're actually one of the guys who I got my medical supplies from when I first got injured, high-level quadriplegic since I want to say the 80s or the 70s. Okay. And he's been just really successful, and he's just done a lot with his life, and definitely inspired me to, you know, see what that's all about. And so, you know, I always wanted to help people, man. Like that's one of the biggest things. If I could help you out, like, you know, it's such a blessing to be able to do that for people. And just provide like a really good service.
No, and you understand. It's not only that I
live it, bro, every day. Man.
Exactly,
every day.
Which is the main thing.
For sure.
I would challenge anybody from Medicare, Medicaid to come and talk to us.
Yeah, and you know,
see if you're able-bodied or not.
I could go on for days about Medicare and it's tough, man, with having a spinal cord injury, because to be able to pee into a closed system catheter, which is a bag instead of a straight cath, it's so much more convenient for people. There's so many benefits to it, but there's certain criteria for people. You got to be sick, bro. You got to have like 2 UTIs within a 12-month time span, or you have to be on all these certain medications. So like, it's tough because other insurances don't do it. And I know Medicare is a great insurance, but it's tough that people in our situation can't really get what they need unless like they meet these certain standards, man. And it's like,
now, do you feel those standards at this day and age should be, changed? Or do you feel they're using something from the past where people used to get sick all the time and this and that?
Yeah, I mean, things are changing. Like, I remember a lot of people back in the day having to like wash a catheter out with antibacterial soap, bro, and reuse it. So like, the more you can get a catheter for single time use, I definitely think they've changed ways, but they're still stuck in, I think, some ways. But also there's a lot of fraud that goes on too. So like, I do understand like
that's
both
what
sides.
I was gonna tell you, because you touched on Social Security. Let me tell you, Social Security, the program is meant for you to get out of, not to use their program. They want you to become independent. They don't want you to live on Social Security your whole life, and people are taking advantage of that. People are just saying, you know what, I'm just going to lay back, collect my survivor's benefits, collect my SSDI, collect my SSI, and then I'm going to start going to nonprofits and ask for help. A lot of people do that.
That's
and
tough,
then
though.
the restrictions come into place, and then people are like, oh, that's.
But it's not enough to live, man. It's what they pay you is nothing.
Oh, no,
man.
It's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I would love for them to come here and try one of those catheters yourself. The ones that you say that, no, that person doesn't have enough UTIs, that person doesn't have enough things, I dare you to try that catheter. See what you feel.
Yeah, so I think part of my goal with Roll Strong, that's what the company's called, and why I named it that is every day you have a choice to wake up and to be grateful for what you have.
Roll strong.
I like that.
Every day you got a choice, man. You can wake up and be great and be grateful for what you have, and just have that attitude that you're gonna accomplish your goals and what you want to. So that's why I named it Roll Strong. But part of what I want to do with it is just be an advocate, man. Like, go to Medicare and go to these, higher level, government officials and be like, hey, like, how can every single person, get the things that they need?
Because they need to understand it.
Yeah. And it goes far beyond even, just for the health benefits, but also like quality of life, man. I know people who can't even fit into their bathroom when they get sent home from the hospital. So like, what are they supposed to do? Like,
how are you going to do a medical review on me every 7 years? Is my leg going to grow back? Are you kidding me?
It's crazy. It's like, I think being disabled, we're very fortunate and blessed to live in America, but I still think we have a long way to go too.
Yes.
But granted, like,
do you feel like the people in those top places should be disabled people? Because, I don't know if they are or not, but if it seems like they're not.
I would tell you this. If you're a disabled person and you try one of those catheters that is super rough, would you like somebody else to use that?
I think they need real firsthand experience, and maybe not catheter and stuff. I would love that, because laws would get changed like that.
Have people like you, Alex, and I be the ones that represent you guys. Be the ones that go out and sell your products, because we live it every day. We are doing it every day. Most of us do it 4 or 5 times a day. Me, myself, is twice a day.
I'm expensive, baby.
So, and those things are expensive.
It is, man.
The fights of my wife with the insurance and,
Yeah. So, and that's kind of reason why I wanted to start it, because I live it every day, and like, I know what people go through to get what they need, and I want to be that guy that can always just give them what they need anytime they need it, and just make sure that they're covered, right? Because it's
by the way, sorry to call you, he was one day I was short, he pulled up on my crib and he brought me 2 or 3 boxes, I don't remember. So he does come through with his promises.
First-hand experience, man.
And it was raining too. It was pouring. It was one of those weekends that it was pouring. Yeah.
But that's the thing, man. We're all in this together, and like, that's what I love about it, because there is such a community and so many people doing amazing things. And it's we all got to take care of each other in one way or another.
I agree.
Yeah.
We got money to spend, man. It's just give us a chance. We got money to spend. We got money to do things. We want to do things.
He got money to spend.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
he got
money
to spend.
No. If you talk about like statistically though, like all the disabled individuals, like most programs are not made for us. Most nightclubs are not made for us. Most places that you can go and have fun are not made for us.
Right.
You know, we talked about the beach episode, how one little thing can actually become an issue. So that's what I mean. I ain't got no money.
And that's why I say we still have a long
way to go with that, advocacy.
Congratulations on that, man.
And on that case, like, how do people reach you? Just,
Yeah, you can reach me on social media, at Instagram, roll_strong. You can follow my personal page, Shane Moscow, Mosko is my last name. Reach out to my website, roll-strong.com, Facebook.
Reach out to us.
Yeah, reach out to these guys. I'm here to help if you want samples. My goal is to
What
help
areas
you
do you cover?
The whole nation.
Okay, so no matter where it is.
I have most of my insurances are Florida-based because that's where my office is, but I do have Medicare.
Right.
So Medicare is federal. But yeah, my goal is just to – each individual has their own journey. Each individual is unique. What might work for you might not work for you.
Right.
So it's just giving, and a lot of times you leave the hospital with the catheter that they supply you, right? And you don't get a chance to try all these other things out. So my goal is to put all these different products.
Right? People should try different things to see what.
Dude, I had no idea that like they made, closed system catheters like you use at MTG. Right. Instead of these big bulky ones that you're trying to stick in your backpack, you got to carry like
a whole duffel
bag just for the catheters. So my goal is to help you find the best product that works for you, and then just support you, with getting your order on time, getting your full order, and I know a lot of these medical supply companies out there, there are some good ones. I'm not gonna bash anybody, but we could be doing a lot better. So that's kind of
my order's coming soon, so Shane.
Let's go.
A lot better. And Shane, man, before we close up, what are you doing nowadays? Like, sports-wise or any stuff like that?
So I play wheelchair basketball. That's big in my life. I love fishing. I got a boat. So one of the biggest goals of my life.
You have a boat yourself?
Yeah, we're going to go fishing, bro.
Like the three of us can fit on the boat?
Yeah.
Like on the wheelchair?
Yeah. We can fit.
We're going to go on a boat.
Hell yeah.
Check us out on the next episode. I'll be on the boat.
Bring your water wingies.
We're bringing our main Arnold. He's going to bring his equipment. He's the strong dude. He's going to take us everywhere. We're going on that boat.
That's it. So one of my goals before I was injured, one of my dreams was to always have a boat. And I love fishing. I love the ocean. I love being out there. And, the opportunity happened. I still was going to make it happen regardless of my injury. But opportunity came up with a boat that I thought was perfect for me and getting around. And I was fortunate enough to be able to get it. So
let me ask you a question before you go. You got anything else to say to the audience? You got any advice?
Check these guys out. Get plugged in. If you're going through it, if you're new to injury, reach out to anybody that's in a chair. Get a good support system. If you don't have anybody, we're here to help you. We want to see you succeed. If you need help with any urological supplies, I would love to be a part of your journey. We just roll strong every day, and just be grateful for what you have, and just work on what you can. Don't beat yourself up. Get outside, live life. Life is not going to be lived for you. You got to decide. I'm going to step out and I'm going to do my thing. So. That's all I gotta say. I appreciate you guys.
Beautiful words, man. Beautiful words.
That was beautiful, man.
It was dope.
That was beautiful.
That's how we
end. I wrote
end.
that, by the way. I wrote it.
That's how we end episode 12, man. Shane, thank you for coming through for sure, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome here anytime.
Heck yeah.
Two disabled guys in the mic. We out.
Yes.